Hello, I'm Elizabeth Ann of Elizabeth Ann Intuitive Art, and today I'm going to do a heart and soul session for all of us, for the collective, for each of us as individuals, for our mutual well-being. Yeah. And today the topic is the topic has been for a while, I'll say, and will continue to be healing the divide. We've certainly all felt this, especially over the last handful of years. And it's at the forefront for me, particularly because when it comes to people that we really cherish and love, and there are differences of opinion on things, it can be a little heartbreaking, to say the least. And it's hard to explain our experiences sometimes. So what I'm going to do today is connect with the divine and Mother Earth and the sacred spirit of life that runs through all things and us and this very issue. And I wrote out some intentions that I'm going to read. I'm going to show you, I'm just using a old tea carton for my notes. One of my sustainability tricks. Okay, so here are the intentions. To bridge people on opposite sides of ideological chasm. To get to the core of what is most meaningful for us to know about ourselves and others. To bring awareness to what we are missing in the bigger picture, because there's so much more to everything. And when we start thinking that we know fully what is going on, that can get us into a lot of trouble. And also when we defer our sovereignty to authorities outside of us for the answers, we also get ourselves in trouble. So here's the fourth intention, is to get clear on what our shared focus really needs to be. Okay. You can meditate with me for a minute. I'm just dropping into my heart. I'm doing a journey of the landscape of the heart and of the greater heart for our individual, mutual, and collective highest good. Connecting with Mother Earth, the elements, the elementals, and the divine. I'm going to describe what I see, and we'll see where this journey takes us. I'm seeing what looks like to be, I want to say puzzle pieces, as in like the Rubik's Cube is a puzzle. There are these pixel pieces, multicolored pixel pieces, and they're all shifting. There's cascading colors coming off of them, like yellow and green, almost like how you would see images of the Schumann resonance. So there's an intensity there and an electric potency to the energy, but it's kind of dripping off on the left side. and that has some significance with the left sides of our being, which correlate to the right side of the brain and the feminine. It's like it's half there. It's like that energy is half there and the top is cut off. And rather than spike, the spike is gone, like the peak is gone, the natural algorithm that's supposed to be there is gone. So it feels droopy, it feels drippy. It looks interesting and looks intriguing, but it's kind of cut off from the waist up. I'm wondering if this is where our focus needs to remain here. What do we need to know about this? It's so symbolic. It's interesting. I'm getting a really sharp pain on my right hand, like the right side of my body, which correlates with the left side of the brain and the masculine and the doing. It's like this overdoing. It's like how you would get, what do you call it when you type constantly, like carpal tunnel syndrome or something. It's just this pain from doing the same motion over and over and over and over. And the nerves begin to get damaged. The sensitivity is heightened in pain and numbness simultaneously. But it's not functioning the way that it's supposed to be. It's not balanced. There's, it is a disease of repetitive function, sort of mindless repetitive function. That isn't to say that what isn't being created isn't mindful. Perhaps it is. Perhaps it isn't. Most likely somewhere in between. But this feeling is more to do with connected to a repetitive motion that feels less than. It feels like a chore. And what happens to the heart and soul in that chore, that repetitive chore, when there isn't enough life-enhancing quality to that chore, then it can be over-depleting. So for example, gardening and growing your own food and being a part of that landscape can fulfill the heart and soul for not all, but for those who love doing that. We all have different roles here, and we all have different natural functions, and it's important that we find those and not do everything. We don't have to come here and do every single thing. Everybody doing everything on their own, and then so much of it feeling like a chore. It's like we're getting everything done and nothing done at the same time. It really has to do with the freedom of spirit, because gardening and farming can become a chore if we're enslaved to it. So this is about feeling like we are enslaved to whatever it is we're doing repeatedly. And the strength and the courage and the wherewithal and the awareness it takes to break out of those shackles is immense. It's bringing tears to my eyes. It's heavy in the chest. Sometimes when we are enslaved to an environment, though, that is so close to the earth, it can be a blessing in some ways, because the wind and the plants whisper the wisdom of the sun and the stars and the clouds in the sky and the memory in the soil. There's a liveliness to it. But when it's imbalanced, it is so hard to keep the focus on that life amidst the heaviness of oppression. So I'm asking what the significance of that is at this moment for us. Something to do with the tail. The tail is spinning. We're trying to catch it. Just constantly trying to catch a spinning tail. I don't even see the dog. It's like a dog that's only a tail. The dog isn't even there. It's just the tail. Because the spin is so quick, you don't even see the dog, much less have a moment to play with and hug and kiss and pet and brush and feed the dog. The dog loves you anyway. Unless the dog is enslaved, and then the personality comes out crooked and sideways also, just like a human's. And they get a bad reputation for biting people. There's a lot of pain there. A lot of pain in there. It's not, and it is harmful to be bitten. And it is harmful to bite. But there needs to be a rebalancing of trust. There's no trust. Trust for something better. Trust for something good. Trust for something nurturing. Trust in the feminine principles of society. Trust in that top half of that cutoff spectrum that we were seeing earlier. And I meant to share a story with you of something that happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I'm in Albania right now, in Shkodër, Albania, and there's a lot of homeless cats and dogs, and they roam the streets, and a lot of locals kind of chase them away from tourists or people not from here, like myself. And because they can and have been known to be aggressive. And so this neighbor was doing that as this dog was coming up to me. This is a dog that I had talked to before and met and gave a little food to. So this dog saw me and it started approaching me, and this older man started chasing it away. Shoo, shoo, go, yeah. But the dog kept coming. I was looking at the dog and my heart was open and I was welcoming the dog, and it came up to me. And big dog, big dog. And it gave me a big kiss right on the face, totally unexpected. And the older man just stood there like in awe. He couldn't believe it. And he smiled and he just looked at the dog and he looked at me. And you could tell he was thinking differently, something. And he said goodbye and went home. So this message really is about having an open heart. It's not about being foolish and being unaware of the potential harms of things like parasites and rabies and being bitten or over trusting a situation that isn't healthy or good. Sometimes always seeking the best can keep you enslaved in a toxic relationship or work pattern or situation. So this is really, it's complex and complicated, and the easiest answer amidst a sea and field of no easy answers really is an open heart. What is an open heart? And what does it mean for us right now? It's learning how to love, learning how to have an open heart, and being aware of and connected to and within our hearts during the most toxic of situations. Learning how to be there and giving off that energy, because that's the energy that this dog picked up on. So the dog was not going to bite me. The dog was craving love and attention, just like all of us, which is really at the crux of so much pain. This is learning how to love unconditionally with discernment. So it's like unconditional love and tough love in this like perfectly balanced package. It's like when the peak is on the top of the graph and it's balanced like a scale is balanced. Like the old-fashioned kind of scales, So whatever we put on it if the left and the right and the top and the bottom here are really, it's the divine. And Mother Earth. And the fulcrum is the heart. And then the extension, we extend from there, just like that scale. And then we could put anything on it. We can hold it. We can actually hold heavy things when we're in this alignment. And that's what I have for you today. I hope that brings some comfort to your life, to some warmth to your heart, and some settling to your soul. And if you're interested in having your own personal heart and soul session, you can find me at elizabethannintuitiveart.com. Have a wonderful day. Much love.